We are 4 days into Afcon. Everyone's played one game. We've already probably had the game of the tournament. We've had the goal of the tournament. And Christmas is tomorrow, or whatever you're celebrating. So, guys, welcome to the Africans. We primarily Canadian African content. If you are new to the channel, leave a subscribe, leave a comment. Who impressed you in your match day one so far? Also, since we're at that time of the year, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, solstice, everything all over the place. Hanukkah. I'm just naming things at this point. Whatever you're celebrating this time, as long as you got family that is around you, you got friends who are with you, I hope you're having that good time. And if you don't, have some good time with yourself as well. But here we're talking about what we've seen, what we've learned so far after match day ones for everyone at the AFCON 2025 in Morocco. So, guys, leave your comments down. Let us know what you've thought so far. Like I've said, we've seen the goal determine the first game. I think the game of match day one has clearly been that Burkina Faso Equatorial Guinea matchup for me at least. But let's talk about where we are so far. Right, we have our four groups. You have Morocco leading Group One, only one draw, which I'm a little bit surprised by, but we've seen the chaos that's come through in this group. We have Morocco leading Group A, with Mali and Zambia drawing, and then Comoros with no points sitting in fourth place. In Group B, you have South Africa and Egypt all getting wins, having to score and win in the second half, with Zimbabwe and Angola sitting in third and fourth place. You have Tunisia, probably for me the most impressive game, with their 3-1 win over Uganda. Nigeria over Tanzania. Again, another AFCON for Tanzania. Still unable to get the win. I was hoping for good things from them. We'll see Senegal getting a 3-0 win over Botswana, and then Benin falling 1-0 to DR Congo. You have Algeria with a 3-0 win over Sudan. Quality win there. And then Burkina Faso, again, like we said, game of the tournament, down 1-0 going to additional time. 2 goals in additional time. In added time, I'm sorry. They win 2-1. And then in Group F, you have Cameroon and Cote d'Ivoire with 1-0 wins over Gabon and Mozambique, respectfully. We said this before, and I think I'm going to say this again. I think outside of maybe a couple teams here, everyone here feels like a side that can compete and can get to that round of 16. So I don't think there's any walkovers. AFCON has AFCONed well for me. I would certainly say that AFCON is AFCONing. But for me, as I went through some of the games, the goal of the game, good goal of the tournament already, the second goal by Morocco in their opening matchup. Bicycle, that's how we're starting things. Okay, I'm here for it. Then you look at some of the other matches I came through. We talk about, I think if there's a game that was surprising to me in terms of the result, not to say that we were expecting a large win or a large loss, but Tunisia doing what they did to Uganda. Uganda's a good side and showed well. So I was a little bit surprised by that result. So we look at it here. But again, when you get here, get your results, move on, and getting those 3 points do matter. Now that again, you look at some of the stats here. Ultimately, the possession will be a little bit misleading when you have a side that is up pretty much 2-0 for the majority of the game, and then 3-0 until the end of the game. But 15 shots for 8 set pieces were there. Passes were a little bit more in the middle in terms of what you had, but total shots on target. That's always the story. 6 shots on target versus 1. That is the story ultimately, and still 6 and 5 missed overall. So when you're looking at the players and what they're able to do, I think that's where you're a little bit surprised by how truly dominant Tunisia was. Again, Uganda's a good side, but Tunisia showing their class, showing their ability here. And we're on SofaScore, by the way, if that wasn't clear for you, but looking at how the Rays break out. Churi with a 9.5 with 2 goals coming through. And then you see everyone here you're not done yet. I think the good thing for a lot of these teams and some of the games we'll highlight here is because so many teams have won and lost, a win puts you in a good position to get through. Other than Group A, where there was the draw between Zambia, other than that, you do leave yourself open. Zambia and Mali, my apologies. You do leave yourself the opportunity to get out with 4 out of 6 third place slots allowing you to go through. So even if you're last right now, you still have the possibility to move on. Just got to get those results coming up. I think that's always going to be the key thing. I mean, look at other matchups that happened today. Cote d'Ivoire, the 1-0 win over Mozambique. Amad Diallo scoring in the 49th minute. But again, a cagey type of a game when you look at it, right? Though Cote d'Ivoire had a little bit more of the possession in the game, you saw them in stretches where beginning they sat back, but then from about midway through the first half, all the way till 2/3 of the second half, they were dominant. And you see that in the shot totals. You see that in their big chances again, qualifying from that. Set pieces shown again. Mozambique showed well, fully dominant and fully just dominated from there. And so we do have groups again. We're starting to get to the point where you never want to judge a team based off of one game that they've played. I'm always one that says, let me see 2 games before we really start to talk about what is going to happen with these sides. We get to round 2, and this is where it starts on Friday. And this is where the matchups really get very tasty for us. You have Angola versus Zimbabwe. That's fine. But then you have Egypt, South Africa. That's going to be for top of Group B, most definitely. Then you get Morocco versus Mali. I think that'll be a fun matchup there. I think Morocco, though, with the Sias injury, you do want to wonder if they can, but hopefully they're working the way to get Hakimi back into the lineup. Once you do that, Morocco right now, the hosts are showing they are the class. But them versus Mali will be interesting. Zambia versus Comoros. Again, if you're Comoros, you weren't poor. You just fell into a team that finally broke the deadlock against you. So what can you do? You get to the next day, Saturday's games. Senegal, DR Congo, another lovely matchup. Benin, Botswana won't be bad either, especially with Benin and Botswana both fighting to get the result to put them back into the third place spots or maybe in second place based off of what the win and what the game looks like against Senegal and DR Congo. Nigeria versus Tunisia. Match day twos are looking like those are the matchups that are going to be very tasty for us as we watch, and we will be sat for them. We will be sat. Uganda versus Tanzania. I think that could be a good one. Uganda definitely needs a 3 points there. And maybe we see what other side is able to do. There, Algeria, Burkina Faso, 2 solid wins. One front to back for Algeria over Sudan, but then Burkina Faso again at the death getting the win. Now facing an Algeria side who started strong, and we'll see if they can continue that momentum as they move through. We've talked about Equatorial Guinea and Sudan. I think that could be an interesting. Both those teams will have players missing. They both had Reds in their games today, but it's a fascinating matchup to see who reaches for third in terms of that. And then you get Cote d'Ivoire versus Cameroon in your match day two, like we said. Plenty of action in your next matchups, but we'll have a better feel of what these teams are and what they're trying to do. So again, guys, let us know in the comments who's impressed you, who has disappointed you also, because AFCON is Afconing, and we're here for that. Let me know in the comments below. Guys, happy holidays as well, and we'll be back later. Until then, I'll stop talking right about here.